I'm Bill Mahoney along with Mark Patton, and we're talking Thunderdome 35, a two-year celebration of the great players and great moments in Thunderdome history. And today, Mark, we're talking about the program changer, Brian Shaw.
Oh, what an amazing Gaucho. I mean, you talk about the guy who really probably turned it around for UCSB basketball. It was Brian. He transferred from St. Mary's University, and because they weren't playing him at point guard, he wanted to be a point guard. And obviously, he played in the NBA for so many years at that position. It was really Jerry Pym did the right move in playing him at the point.
And I remember Brian, the year Brian redshirted, I remember seeing him in the blue gold game, which is we used to play an inter-squad game, and thinking, boy, this guy is special. And then the next summer he played on the U.S. national team that won the FIBA World Championship in Spain, even after his redshirt season. So you got even more of an inkling of just how good he was, and he was every bit as good as the coming attractions that we had gotten in the blue gold game and then in the World Championships.
When Brian was growing up in Oakland, he was a small, skinny little kid, and he always played point guard because he was just too small to do anything else. And he grew while he was in college. He went from, I think he told me he was about 6'1" when he started college, and by the time he got here, he was 6'6", and was still that point guard. He could drive, he could rebound. He was one of the quickest jumpers I've ever seen. He could get a shot off quicker than anybody in the lane, and he also could shoot the three.
A two-time All-American and 1988 Big West Player of the Year, still the only player in Big West Conference history to lead the league in both assists and rebounds. Is the only player in UCSB history to have a triple-double. He has 5 of them. But the one that stands out most to me was here in a cold December night in front of 6,000 people against North Carolina State, which at the time was ranked among the top 6 in the country. Coached by Jim Valvano, had 5 guys who went on to play in the NBA. The Gauchos win by 18 points, and Brian Shaw goes for 22 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 4 steals.
And he was going against a team, the entire starting lineup went in the NBA with Vinny Del Negro and Chris Corciani, and the guys that he was going against who were going to play in the NBA, and Brian just schooled him that night.
But Brian Shaw played in the NBA as well. Played close to 15 years. Played for 3 NBA championship teams with the Lakers, and was really the heart and soul, if not the superstar, of those Laker teams in the early 2000s with Shaq and Kobe. Brian, who has gone on he was assistant coach long time with the Lakers, now the associate head coach of the Indiana Pacers.
And one of his pupils with the Pacers right now is our own Orlando Johnson, who's a rookie with an NBA team.
Remembering Brian Shaw as part of the Thunderdome 35 celebration, I'm Bill Mahoney along with Mark Patton.